Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my M5 Touring collection video. I'm back down here at Bury BMW in Croydon and I've figured out that this is actually going to be my 10th car that I've collected off Tony and the Bury BMW group. I've been extremely lucky over the past month or so because this will be the third new vehicle that I've picked up. The first one being the Michelin UK 911 from Porsche Reading, albeit that wasn't my car, but I still had the new car picking up experience. And then a couple of weeks ago, I picked up my first motorbike, which was a BMW, surprise, surprise, F900 GS. I've actually set up a separate and unique motorbike channel called Two Wheels Achilles. So if you're into your bikes, head over there and show some support. It'll be much appreciated. If you watched the ordering video I did with Tony a few months ago, you'll already know that this is Marina Bay Blue with Kyalami Orange interior, although I might have changed my mind since then. Let's go and find Tony and pull the cover off this big, fast bus.
Excuse me.
Oh, Tony.
What?
How's it going?
Wait for the moment.
I've got no patience. Good to see you, bro.
And you, mate?
How's it going?
Yeah, really good.
Nice.
Really good.
You're looking very healthy as always.
Getting there, mate. It's amazing what a bit of diabetes does for you. I've got a key here.
Ooh. What a fancy keyring as well.
Yeah, I know. We're pushing the boat out with this one.
I am going up in the world, mate.
Because I was going, it's car 10, and then we actually stopped and thought about it. Actually, I'm not sure this is car 10 now.
M140i mineral grey, 5-door.
Yep.
Still miss that car, love it. Absolute. It was an Asbo, that car.
I reckon I could still sell them brand new today if we made it. I think there'd still be customers going, yeah, I want a new M140. And I don't blame them.
Especially at 30 grand.
Yeah, that might have
Those
changed.
days are gone. Then I had a Hockenheim Silver M2 off you.
Yep. You're only counting one.
There was only one, Tony.
No, there was only one Hockenheim Silver, was there?
Oh, well, there might have been two. We'll maybe talk about that one day. Maybe later, when I'm in the car heading home, I'll tell you a little story about that. Then let's look at the 7s that I had off you for the chauffeuring day. So I had a 67 plate, a 68 plate, and then my last one that I barely used, which I think was a 20 or 21 plate. Yeah. So that's 3 7s. So that's 6 cars in total.
Yep. The
4 M3s, so that's 10, 11.
Yeah.
And I've had one off Hamza.
Yes, you did.
At Bury in Chiswick, the used one that we did the 7 Series mileage challenge. So actually, this is my 12th car off the Bury BMW group.
And I think that used one, wasn't that the best viewed video you've done out of all the others as well?
Pretty much, yeah.
Work that one out.
Also, last year's most viewed video on my channel was that £2,400 Volkswagen Passat. So Tony, do you mind doing the honours and lifting off the cover?
Right, because no one knows what you've bought. And Joe's genuinely not seen the car. I put the cover over it before he got here. So this is the first chance to see it.
Yep.
You ready?
Yes.
Should I do that side?
You do whatever. But should I do it with you?
Yeah, let's do it together.
Right, ready?
So here we go, guys. Here we go. Now, unless I've gone colourblind, I'm not sure that is Marina Bay Blue.
That's definitely not Marina Blue. I know it's not beautiful weather today, so it probably is taking a little bit off the paint. It's fire red. Completely different. Couldn't be more opposite to Marina Bay Blue, although they complement each other very well. Now, there is a story behind that. I genuinely locked in Marina Bay Blue with Kyalami Orange, with Tony, in whenever we filmed that video. I think it was end of October last year.
Yep.
Not long after that, whilst I was editing that video that went out in the first week of January, I think, and finding press shots of M5 Tourings to overlay the colours we were talking about in the video, it's when I found the shot of this, which I'll put on the screen now, I just suddenly thought I've made the wrong decision. Also, on top of that, then Auto ID picked up their lovely M5 Saloon off you, and I just thought, let's go with something different. And I have to also credit something because Lou reminded me politely that around that time in January when I was editing the video, I also had an RS6 in grenadine red, which I absolutely loved the color of. Beautiful, very similar to this. So all those things combined, I literally said to Tony in a WhatsApp message, I sent him a picture of that press shot of the car and I went, I think I've made the wrong decision. Can we change it? Is it too late? And thankfully, I think there was a delay on these being built or something.
Was,
1 second. The wheels are black.
You sent me a picture of a red car with black wheels, and you said, I want it to look like this.
You know I don't like black wheels.
But it was in the picture.
Do you watch any of my content?
No.
Tony?
I don't.
Okay, they look a lot better because they have Michelin's Pilot Sport S5 tyres on them. A lot better. Can I just, I've literally just handed back, as in it's behind the camera, the Isle of Man Green M5 Saloon long-termer that I had at BMW UK. So massive thanks to those guys for filling the gap between my M3 and this car. Brilliant car, really enjoyed it. Tyres, on the other hand, they're not the best, but they look awful compared to these. These are pieces of art. I mean, they're so good, they make black wheels look good. Yeah, the black wheel thing. So Tony sent me some pictures of this car getting detailed, which we're going to talk about in a second, a few days ago. And I was like, wow, the car looks amazing, but there's always a but for me. Tony must be sick and tired of it. I have to admit, they look absolutely awesome on this car.
Yes.
And I know that the problem with black wheels is they don't show up on photos and in film. They do look fantastic. But I did send Tony a picture of this exact spec car and said, I want that with Silverstone interior. So Tony did do what he was
what I always do.
Quite literally.
Took it to the letter.
But they do look really good, mate. I have to admit. And watch this space, because although I'm not going crazy with this car in terms of mods, like there's a few subtle things I'm doing, I am speaking to my good friends at Edelweiss about some wheels, and they will not be black. I'm not sure what colour they'll be, but they won't be black. Anyway, let's just admire and take in some of this car, because there's a lot of cars taken. Unfortunately, the weather's not the best today, which is unusual, because normally it's sunny down here in Croydon when I pick up cars. And this paint really looks incredible when the sun hits it, but it does look good in here, a bit diffused light. Why does it look particularly good, Tony?
We've sent the car off to our good friends at Minutia Detailing, and Mike down at Minutia has gone over the car completely top to bottom. And he put on some lovely Expel PPF on the front end, so you've got the sort of front end protection here. He's done the lights, the grills. I mean, it's painstaking the amount of work this guy puts in. Does all of the black bits down here, fully protected with PPF.
Yep.
Door mirrors, headlights. You know, he's done all the B pillars where they're gloss black. So realistically, you know, that's the protection you're going to need on this car for motorway journeys, autobahns, whatever it is.
Yep.
And then, of course, a lovely ceramic coating on top, which just lifts all the paint up.
It looks.
It does look really good.
Stunning. I know it's there to protect the paint, and ironically, I don't want to take it home in this weather. Firstly, massive thanks to Mike and his team. I know he is top of his game in what he does, and on top of that, like Tony, he's just a top bloke. He's a lovely guy who's a proper car guy, proper petrol head. He doesn't own one original NSX, he owns two, and one of them is an NSX-R.
Correct.
Gives you an idea of what sort of bloke he is.
But then he did the Holy Trinity and went with the NSX hybrid as well, so he's now got three.
Oh, he did pick up the new one then as well. Yeah. Wow, well there you go. You know, I've admired his work. He's worked with Tony for years down here because he's fairly local and does a lot of Tony's handover cars.
He actually does all of our cars.
Oh, does he do all of them?
We basically have stopped using our own cleaners on site.
Okay.
He details every single car for us, and then if a customer wants to have PPF or ceramic, it's added on top basically.
Wow. See, another reason, without sounding like a broken record, why you come down, Tony. I do love the fact it's got PPF, especially on the bonnet and the front end, because, well, we've already talked about it. It's a big car. It's a really big car.
It's got a bit of a frontal area on it.
There's a lot of frontal area there. That press car, it's done 2,100 miles. I picked it up with 1,200. It's just been run in, so it's brand new when they hand it over to me. And it's already got some chips on the bonnet in, 1,000 miles of driving. So I'm glad that that's there, peace of mind. There's also something special in the interior, which we'll talk about once we jump in there. The M5 is a more grown up M car. I talked about it in my recent M5 Saloon video. I think a lot of people have criticised this car about being big and heavy, which it is. It's big and it is heavy. It does a fantastic job. 99% of people that have driven one, including the likes of Chris Harris and Harry Metcalf, rave about how good it is. And also what I talked about in that video is the majority of people that buy M cars, if you're buying an M car for your driving fun and agility, then you buy an M2 or an M4, like the smaller of the M cars, two-door sports cars. If you want something that's a bit more practical but still has that driving dynamics, then M3 Saloon or more recently, M3 Touring, if you need a bit more practicality. You've never really, at least in the last 20 years, purchased an M5 for its outright driving capabilities and driving dynamics. I mean, the F90, don't get me wrong, brilliant car. F90 CS absolutely destroys this in terms of driving dynamics, but that was a very special car. But you'd normally buy an M5 because it's a comfortable, luxurious, fast car. Yeah. And that's exactly what the new one is. And it just happens to be a plug-in hybrid for the first time. And I think you need to understand that. The M5 in principle hasn't changed. It's still a big, practical, comfortable, luxurious, very fast car that somehow has some incredible driving dynamics. So it's probably going to be the last time I go on about that in this video, but I can't wait to take this hopefully abroad with my parents like I did last year and just jump into that beautiful interior, all the light, and just enjoy a road trip in it, because I think that's where it will really excel on some nice roads down the south of France.
If they hadn't told anyone what the weight of the car was and said it was 1,800, 1,900 kilos, and everyone then got in and drove it, they'd go, that's an 1,900 kilo car, it's great. Yeah. And everyone focused on the declared weight that went out in the literature before anyone drove the car. Yeah. Yep. And I'm like you, I just beg anyone to go and drive the thing and then tell me it weighs as much as it does, because it's hidden, it's just gone. It's so clever. Yep. It is so clever. We know the weight's there, but it's so clever at hiding it. The other thing about the hybrid thing, of course, and I don't know if this has been missed by anyone yet, but it really does want to be shouted about, is you could look at your M3 Touring, buy it brand new, and your first year's road tax on that car now is 4,400 odd quid. Right. Yeah. 2, 3, that's 4,600 pounds. Okay. 4,680. This first year's road tax, £110. That 4.4 V8 twin turbo is only delivering whatever it is, 33, 35 grams per kilometre. I mean,
I'm not sure the one that was in that green one over there was producing that, because I don't think I ever plugged it in.
But that's the anomaly of hybrids. You know, this is the way around
of course,
the emissions, the laws, the fact that they don't want anyone driving anything but EVs. Yeah. We're going to be building these EVs. Yes. No,
well, that's it. The EU stitches up the manufacturers, so the manufacturer almost goes, all right then, well, we'll go by the rules and we'll give you this. Yeah. And like the majority of owners, I'm sure, the M5, if I had a fast charger at home, don't get me wrong, I would plug it in. I've been averaging about 20 miles to the gallon in that car, which might sound horrific, but in the M3 Touring, that was maybe at 22, 23. So there's, in terms of like normal use, spirited drive here, normal drive there.
My M2's sitting at 21. So
there you go, yeah.
And if you actually start using the hybrid, putting it into mode, suddenly that 20 is going to be 30, 35.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Before we get inside, I just want to have a look around the back end of the car, because I mean, it's a Touring, Tony.
Oh yeah.
And I have to say, and I know, or people should know by now, that I do love my estate cars, I love my wagons. Undoubtedly, I think with the M5 and the 5 Series in general, the Touring version looks so much better. It's so much more resolved. The one thing I'm really not a fan of with the saloon is from the B-pillar back, it's just a bit, it's okay, but whereas this, if anything, it almost gets better from the B-pillar back. This colour, mate, oh my God. We're in such a diffuse, it's dull outside, we're in fluorescent light in here, but still the contrast between all of the sort of black finish, the black roof, and then the fire red paint. Something we haven't talked about yet, Tony. GR11LEZ.
It's back.
It's back. Now, I did have big plans and aspirations around putting something fun on my car, because as you know, I've had M2 comp or M25 omp on my M2 since it was new, and I've actually got an interesting plate coming from my motorbike soon as well. I was going to put something on this, but anything interesting was going to be really expensive, and I don't have money to justify doing that. And also, it just meant that the GR11LEZ plate was basically going to go into, what do they call it? Into...
Well, you put it on retention for up to 10 years.
Yeah.
Hibernation.
And then what happens with it? You end up forgetting about it, or it just stay, So I thought, people know GR11LEZ is my plate that watch my content. GR11LEZ is now an M5 Touring, which doesn't really make that much sense because the grills on this car are a bit more sensible compared to the M3, but
Well, you could argue that that's one hell of a grille down there.
That's true. Yeah. GR11LEZ.
It's back.
Let's get inside as the rain picks up.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Inside my new car, I have to say, it's really nice in here. I love my Silverstone. I think I've had it in my last two M3s, so the Dravit Grey M3 Touring and the British Racing Green. But we've got a roof. They don't open in these, and off memory, if you buy the saloon, you get an option of a sunroof or carbon roof. And then with this, it's either a normal metal roof, or if you option that, I think it was about £1,000 or 1,500 quid. But like I said, it doesn't open. It does have a blind that comes across, and it is slightly tinted. And from the outside, it actually just looks like a black roof, which is very cool. But for those of you that have watched my videos for long enough, you'll know that I love a pan roof in either an SUV or anything touring, because it just adds light into the cabin, especially the back of the cabin. It looks lovely back there. One of the other options, and there wasn't many options I went for in this car because it comes with a lot of standard equipment, but one of the others is the Alcantara headlining, which looks absolutely stunning. Really finished
Nice
off.
to stroke.
Is it nice to stroke? Yeah. I thought it was a bit, I think when we spec'd it, it was like, wait, so you're going for Alcantara headlining, but then you're getting the
cutting
roof.
half of it out.
Yeah. Before we talk about any more of the interior, let's just carry on with the minutiae detailing, because
He's worked a bit of magic in here.
he has.
So this is something he's been doing for a while, and we only realised it a little while ago and started offering it to customers. And that's basically PPF satin across the whole of the iDrive screen, which you can kind of just see. There's less gloss look to it. It's just satin finish. But the main thing is, it doesn't matter what you've been doing, your fingerprints just don't stay there. It's just absolutely, crystal clear.
Mate, that is potentially the best upgrade you can do to any of your recent 3, 4, 5, whatever series BMWs. I mean, that's on everything these days, isn't it? It looks fantastic. I love the matte look, and like you said, the practicality side of it. I mean, I'm just fed up to death of my grubby fingers just get on everything. And I think of all the cabins, the 5 Series, it's a little bit bling in here anyway.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. It's already shiny enough. So I think de-chroming something, essentially, is a really classy touch. And I really like that. So I'll keep you posted and updated as to how that is in use on the road when the sun does come out. But I think it's just going to improve everything. So very, very happy with that. Looks fantastic. And the rest of the interior, I mean, it's very comfortable. The seats, can we just talk about the seats a bit? Because I think I said in a recent video that they're not as adjustable as the old M seats in the F90s. And a few people said, no, you've got it wrong. They are, you just need to go into the menu. But even when you go into the menu, which you do by pressing one of these buttons, right? Like, which one? That one? That one?
That one.
That one. Okay. Oh, yeah, that one. So you do get more adjustment here, but they still don't have all of the adjustability like the old F90 seats. Because the F90s used to fold here, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, so basically they had the M multifunction seat, and that's what you were referring to, where the shoulders could actually be curled in or back, and it wraps around you a little bit more. And these obviously don't do that section of it. You get them on the X5 as well, the comfort seat as they call it. So you don't get that on this. So I guess what you were describing is one thing, and the answer you were being given is to something else. Yes, we do realise there's more control to the seats in here. Bit of a strange one, I have to say, that you've got sort of some buttons down here that do some of it, and then the rest of it you have to do there. But I guess the other thing is, once you've set your seat up and you save it in your favourite memory, then really you shouldn't really need to move around with it again.
And they're exceptionally comfortable, as you'd expect in a car like this. So I've got heated seats in the front and heated steering wheel. I didn't go for the ventilated seats. There is a number of options you can add to this car, like the Ultimate Pack, which is a lot of money. In fact, the press car also had the carbon ceramic brakes. That was 135 grand or something, that thing.
The first thing we do need to do is probably pair your phone up and get that connected. And get your BMW app connected. Because obviously once we've done all of that, the beauty of it being it will know who you are every time you get back in the car. And that's quite important with these because there are so many electronics with the car.
Yep.
You do want to save it all so that it knows it's you every time you come back to the car.
Sure.
Because it can be really frustrating when the colours change and the seat's in a different position and the ventilation's doing its own game. So just go to your camera first.
1 second, I'm just refreshing to see if my old car's...
How many cars you got on there?
Still there. So I've got my M2 competition. Oh, I've got the M5.
Oh,
so that's... Oh, there we go. So I've got the M5 press car that will be probably deleted tomorrow when they get that back.
Yep.
So now where do I go? To cars?
Come out of that altogether because for the first bit I just need your camera.
Oh, okay.
So just go to your normal camera and just then click the link. And now I'll go back into the app. Now it'll take the data from the app to the car.
Wow, you really have done this before, haven't you, Tony?
You'd think.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh, wing mirror's just moved.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, so it'll probably be using the settings from that press car.
Yeah, because if that was the last one you did, it's probably linked that in.
Okay.
And then we've got vehicle key link.
Yeah.
Link both keys.
Oh.
There we go. Now you need to put a PIN number in. You might not want to film that bit.
Yeah, it's all right. Whoa, look at that. Wait, Tony, it's red. We ordered blue.
Yes.
I might actually set up one of my M buttons because that's, to me, in an M car, that is the most important thing. So drivetrain, I'm going to put to sport, actually, for road use, my M1. But this is like my spirited driving road use button. Engine recovery, that's basically recuperation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regen. Mid is good. Max
it's a bit aggressive.
It's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, I tend to go into there.
Ah,
and then I do it that way around.
I've never seen that. Is that new?
No, that's how I normally set them.
Well, there you go.
You can do it the way you were doing it and then just hold the button down for two or 3 seconds so it saves it.
Okay.
But it's easier just to go into M1 and then go into each individual, I think, anyway.
So M hybrid, dynamic plus, so that means the V8 is rumbling all the time. Drive, I'll put that in sports and the most aggressive, which is drive logic, right? Sport plus, so that's fastest. Engine recovery, we talked about. Look at all these settings. Chassis, sport. I would have that in comfort as my M1. Steering comfort, because I don't like the heavy over-assisted. Brake, I'd have in sport, because it just gives you some added braking power. This one's got steel brakes. Press car had carbon ceramics. 10 grand option, basically. And DSC, obviously, off. Well, this thing's got so much...
It's where you and me differ.
Well, it's got so much grip anyway. In my head, it's like... you'd never see it intervening in this car unless you were driving like a complete loon. But I'd just like to have it off.
That's what she said.
Here
we go. Here we go. It's always lowering the tone.
M sound on, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's it really. So then that's configured now.
That's saved, yep.
So if I press that twice, it comes up here.
Yep.
So I've got my M1 button saved. Up and coming service, 1,200 miles, because it's an M car, so you need that running service. But like Tony said earlier on off camera, it is interesting. It's like, I could actually run this car for 1,200 miles. I won't, but I could run it on electric for 1,200 miles. In any modern BMW, I think, if you press and hold the set button, it should come up with speed limit warning activated. Oh, well, it should come up.
You'd already deactivated.
I'd already speed limit warning deactivated. So that gets rid of that annoying bong every time you go into a new speed limit, or it says you're at the speed limit, or it gets it wrong and tells you off for speeding when you're not actually speeding, or it tells you off for speeding when you are speeding.
But there's another shortcut, isn't there? If you go into M mode.
Okay.
If you go into M mode and then change the displays to sport, that turns off your gong and your lane keeper system.
I did not know that.
In one go. Yeah, I must be honest, I didn't know until fairly recently. So there's a lot of customers out there that are doing exactly what you just said.
Brilliant.
But recently I was explained that if I do that, then it just gets rid of it. And then you end up with, I actually prefer the sport display to be
same. Yeah.
So so that gets rid of it all in one swoop.
Is fantastic. And also you've got,
shortcuts.
because this is the 8.5, you've also got, I was going to go that way, but your one's much better. That's great. Okay. Oh, so actually I'm better off just going M mode, sport, done.
I'm not a fan, but comfort access, walk up, walk away if you want. Just if you walk past it, unlocks, and it's like, what's going on? Tailgate, quite useful.
Height.
Different heights.
Yeah, maximum height for maximum height person.
Yeah. And then for the shorties like us, we could lower it down
too. Is there a Rollini setting? Or
Yeah, down there. Look,
Oh yeah. Oh,
there it
okay.
is.
Yeah.
Carolini, there you are. Carolini. And the other thing, of course, is you with this one, because you haven't got the big cow's udder.
Yes.
You can open the foot with boot.
Oh, okay.
Boot with foot control.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, so that's all working.
Nice. Oh, look at that, Tony.
So you get that's going on, and then that's going on.
And you can turn that. Oh, that
Yeah.
is pretty cool. I hope that's
a bit fun,
picking that
isn't
up.
it?
Oh yes. Wow. Without sounding like a salesperson, Bowers and Wilkins is a standard sound system in this.
Yeah. Which
Standard.
yeah, I mean, that was the thing I was saying before. Is like you look at it and go, it hasn't got some of the luxury stuff, but then they go and put, what was a £7,000 system in other cars?
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Not even HK, it's step up,
And it does sound really, really good.
Well, the thing with BMW is it's the outright loudness. You can actually turn it to 100%, don't get any distortion.
Yeah.
Whereas normally with the other systems, you will start to get distortion as they go up. It's crystal clear.
Sure.
Really good. Yeah, so I think that's everything set up. I mean, you've obviously been driving these, so you've got the gist of all of this sort of stuff. With
Yep.
Vent controllers and all of that.
Yep.
Which I'd normally show people.
Yep.
And the hidden glove box, of course, down there.
Yes.
With the button.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Mate, thank you so much.
My pleasure,
I
mate.
really appreciate it, man. It's always lovely to come down here, see Tony, check out the showroom. There's a load of lovely used cars out there as well, including your old M3 saloon. But it's it's always great to pop down here. I mean, to think that this is my 11th or 12th car off, you guys should speak volumes. If you want a new car, M car, mostly
new and M,
then drop Tony a line.
Yep.
I'll put his details in the description below. Also give him a follow on Instagram. I'll join you guys in a couple of hours time after I've settled in and got around the M25, almost home, and hopefully enjoying the new very fast big red bus. Join me about 2.5 hours later. I'm about 10 minutes away from home. I figured I'd switch the cameras on and give you my initial impressions of my brand new fire red M5 Touring. First thing to talk about is probably those tyres behind me. They are the 4 original tyres that came on this car when it was delivered to Tony about a week ago. There are a few people out there that have a theory that BMW M deliver my cars, especially with Michelin tyres. It'd be nice if they did, but they really don't care and certainly don't prioritise me over anyone else. I am, however, a Michelin brand ambassador, and I'm very grateful and fortunate that I can get my hands on Michelin tyres, hence the Pilot Sport S5s that are on this car. And we'll start by talking about the tyres, because one of my complaints with that M5 saloon, the Isle of Man green one, get that right, that went back today, was the cabin noise, the tyre roar, especially for rear seat passengers. I had 3 sets of passengers in the back and all of them complained about the tyre roar. I've jumped in this, and first thing to bear in mind is when you go from a saloon to a touring or an estate car, you normally always inherently get more cabin noise because you've got a big open space back there. So when I went from M3 saloon to M3 touring, I got more cabin noise, more tyre roar, more drone, if you like, regardless of the tyres that I was on. So bearing that in mind, on this road that I know very well, and in fact I did hundreds of miles on in the past 6 weeks in that green car, these tyres have reduced the tyre roar in this cabin dramatically. And remember, we're in the touring version, so it should be louder, but it's not. It's quieter, which is just fantastic news for me and for my passengers, especially potentially my parents, if I do manage to take them on a Euro trip again in this car. That is just brilliant. The colour, well, it's been very difficult for me to get the colour across on camera today. I've looked at all the shots I've taken, looked at all the pictures I've taken on my phone, and just doesn't quite look the same in real life. So hopefully I'll figure out a way to do that, and hopefully when the weather is a bit more consistent I can demonstrate that easier, because well, this morning during the handover it was cloudy and rainy, and then it was super bright direct sunlight, and then it's been a bit diffused today. And I really want to try and translate the fire red, and I'm sure anyone that's seen a fire red BMW, whether it's an M2 or an M3 and M4 or even an M5, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's very like sunset orange, which is an older colour that they use on the F87 M2, a colour that I kind of wish that I got my M2 in originally, although I'm sure if I got that then I would have wanted Hockenheim silver. But otherwise it's just brilliant. I can't wait to get some miles under this car's belt, take it abroad, go and drive it hard somewhere and enjoy it like I did with that press car out in Germany. Just feels great. Everything feels really, really good. I'm so glad that I went for the pan roof. I know it weighs a bit more than if it was a metal roof, but this thing weighs 2.5 tons, so I'm not worried about a few extra kilos in return for a nice, bright, airy cabin. Huge thanks once again to Tony Lewis, the Berry BMW Group. Huge thanks to Mike and Minutia Detailing. Make sure you check both of those guys out in the links below. I'll put their Instagram profiles, etc. Massive thanks to Michelin UK for sending out much improved tyres. They've made an absolutely massive difference, and that is not just me being a biased brand ambassador. The tyres are night and day better. Anyway guys, I'll see you at another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Cheers. Calm down, Joe, calm down. It hasn't had its run-in service yet.